What's up, guys? Welcome back to another podcast. This is probably number 8 or 9.
Yeah, number 8. Good.
Number 8.
Good job.
Heck yeah, great guess.
Very good job. We're working close to number 10.
Heck yeah.
That's going to be the
number
one.
30, but
Yeah, that's
number
right.
8.
6 months in, week number 8.
We're trying. It's been busy.
For sure.
So since the last one, we've done some racing. AWRCS race we were all at, which is pretty cool. And also there was a Supercross race, which we'll get to later. So let's talk about AWRCS. How'd it go? Let's start with you, Jared. You're right here.
Oh, dude, it was super fun. That track was awesome. That was probably top 3, I think, funnest tracks as far as hair scrambles go. Bike ran awesome. Got a terrible start. I started rolling. I kind of stalled. I couldn't hear anything at all, so couldn't hear my bike at all. I stalled, so I hit the button again and took off. So I don't know, my line, there was like, dude, I don't even know how many people, 50, 60 people on my line, and I was like pretty much dead last. Worked my way back up, ended up finishing 8th in class. I got 40th out of like 506 riders or something like that, but had a really good time doing it. Overall race went really well.
Yeah, so like they were still sending. So like obviously you guys took off and you guys came back through what would have been the scoring on the first lap, but they made you guys bypass it.
Yeah.
Like I was still walking from the start to that section because like the rows were so long and so many rows.
Yeah.
And so, dude, I caught you coming, like I didn't get it on film because I was just walking over and all of a sudden, dude, because there was like that big mud hole right there.
Yeah, yep.
It was so sick. Like I saw the biggest splash and you were just wide open all the way down there. I'm like, oh, that would have been the coolest shot ever.
Yeah.
And I didn't get it.
Yeah, that's
tough.
But I saw it.
I felt good on the first lap.
Uh-oh.
Oh man.
What?
What?
All right, Danny, how'd your day go?
Pretty good. I got a decent start. The one guy that was right next to me on the starting line kind of beat me to the first turn and started crashing, but I saw his front end sliding out, and I was able to slam on the brakes and just get inside of him so that I didn't get tangled up. So I was like 4th around the second turn, but then started losing places immediately because everyone was just going so fast right off the start, and I was kind of just too timid right off the bat. But was able to have a pretty good race. Didn't crash at all, which was good. So pretty bumpy for sure. My suspension was not doing what I wanted it to, but still able to ride a pretty good race. Ended up 8th in the pro class and 12th overall. So I was pretty happy with that.
Yeah, for a bad day.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about how many people were at the race later.
For sure.
But
we all made predictions.
we made a bet, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. I don't know what we're gonna win, but we'll get there. So Danny's full race video is on our YouTube channel if you want to check out his race. So if you're having a bad day to get 12th overall, it's pretty wicked, Danny.
For sure. Thanks.
Pretty legit. And then your suspension, dude, we definitely need to just get that sent out soon.
Yeah, I need to take it off right now.
Because right now, because the sludge that came out of there, I can only imagine what the inner chamber looks like and your shock. So
For sure.
we need to maybe talk about that after this.
Yeah.
Gotta get that done, Danny. All right, Mark, your day.
Started out decent, although I got caught up in the guy that crashed in front of Dan and held me back for a little bit in the first turn, but just took me a little while to get going again, or to get going at all. And then probably 3/4 of the way or halfway through the first lap, I started feeling something slip, and I thought it was my tire, and it ended up being my tire. It was spinning after I would go through water holes and stuff, so I was trying to stay out of the water and just milk it. And now that the race is over and I've thought about it, I should have stopped and tightened my rim lock or checked to see if the rim lock was still there. I imagined it just broke, like the bolt broke off
Inside,
but,
yeah.
But it was still there. It just for some reason spun, and then after it spun a million times, it wore itself out, and eventually it blew the tire off the bead, and then I was done. So.
Did you take it apart at all?
Yeah, I changed it. It was still intact. It just stretched out, or
I didn't know how your bib looked. If the bib was junk.
It's pretty well junk.
Yeah.
It was worn down from the tire spinning around it so many times.
I was wondering if it was.
It was definitely smaller diameter, but I was doing decent. I had made it up to, I think, maybe 6th place.
Yeah, that's where you were on the end of the first lap.
Yeah, and maybe even farther because I made it a lap and a half or a lap and a quarter, but I don't know. I wished I could have kept going. I was having a lot of fun. I was just getting going too. My next laps were going to be definitely better. So
would you guys? We haven't been doing AWRCS in a lot of years.
Yeah.
What did you guys think of their race schedule compared to like a New York at Wainoa? Preference?
Schedule wise,
Or like track layout?
I mean, it seems like there's definitely a lot more tighter
Yeah.
Tighter series?
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
More bike oriented because
Yeah.
there's a lot of like bike only single track, whereas the Winoa's usually is double track, like quad trail. You could ride a quad around the whole track, whereas that race it was like there was a good few miles of like really nice tight single track.
Yeah.
So it's single track only.
I'll say the one bad thing is that the quads go before you, like at the GNCCs, at the AWRCS, like that. So the quads race Saturday. So the track that we did share was pretty hammered. That's the one good thing about the Niowas is that the quads go after us.
That's
so we
right.
get a lot of fresh open trail like that.
Yeah.
But there was definitely way more single track, so that was cool.
Yeah, even like if you're running like quad track from last year, like it kind of fills in a little.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I saw in some of Braxton's footage too. It was like super gnarly.
Oh yeah, some of the quad stuff that we rode on was pretty hammered.
Some of the kids' bikes, like they're running like not PWs, but yeah, like PWs, like the girls were.
Oh yeah.
And like, dude, they're like axle deep in an
Yeah.
18 tire. It's like, oh gosh.
That's right. Pick a rut and you're stuck in it for
Yeah.
200 feet.
Yeah, there's no way of getting out of that at speed
No.
without a major wreck.
Yeah.
So let's talk about how many riders there were since we're on the AWRCS thing. So last podcast we were deciding how many people would actually show up to this race, and it was incredible, to be honest. And I guessed really high because I like had a good feeling of people calling, but I never guessed actually 500 people actually showing up. So I had guessed 500.
Yep.
You were 385. Danny was 460, and Mark was 416.
Oh yeah.
So the race was supposed to start at noon. I'll put a clip in here. At noon, I was standing by the sign-up trailer, and I took a pan, and there was still 100 and some people in the sign-up line.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
So you guys sat on the starting line for an hour and a half before they. So it was supposed to start at noon, went off at 1:30.
That's
Yeah.
right.
I was gonna say that's probably part of the reason why it took you so long to kind of get going because we sat on the line for an hour and a half
That was
waiting,
definitely a long
not
time.
doing anything, just waiting for it to start.
Yeah, that was a long wait. And they actually just told people, like, we're sorry, we have to start. Like, I wasn't down there, but I'm assuming there were still some people in line.
yeah.
I think what happened was for insurance reasons, like they only were insured to have so many racers. And once they hit that, they had to cut it off because there were still
Really?
like 50 or more people in line waiting to sign up, and they
Wow.
cut it off and they're like, we're starting.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's nuts.
That is a huge first round
Yeah.
for a local series. I mean, GNCC in the morning class, I think there was 500. So, like, those guys are used to a bigger crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But pretty cool for a local series.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
So that was good. I was excited to go. Not sure what we're going to do AWRCS wise. There is some really close ones. So we might continue to hit up some of those.
Yeah,
I'd like to for sure.
Yeah.
Not sure what
Me
mix
also.
we're going to do. But we'll figure it out as we go. And then some pretty cool news. We're pleased to announce our KX500 build.
Heck yeah.
Been holding on to that for quite a while. I think it's going to be fun. I think, well, I'm not going to race it. You guys.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun watching us get our arms ripped off.
I think it's going to be a head turner. It's going to be cool.
Yeah.
Just all the people that are going to come look at it before the race at the 24-hour race, I'm sure it's going to get a bunch of attention.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
We got some cool sponsors coming on board, too.
For sure.
So Enduro Engineering's coming back on board this year with all the guards. They're giving us everything again.
nice.
Heck yeah.
Super needed.
That's awesome.
Yeah, for sure with that thing.
And then Electron just hooked us up with a full carb for this thing. Their
Dude.
Pro Series.
That thing is
It
crazy.
looks sweet.
Built for the KX500 specs. So
Jeez.
pretty excited about that. Task Racing, which we talked about there, headlight,
Oh,
which is
yeah.
so important on this build to run off the battery because we don't have the standard stator stuff working out. So
Yeah.
For sure.
what a perfect year to have that whole thing come together.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And then Boysen is hooking us up with a rad valve for it and
Really nice.
ignition cover.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah.
Nice.
So some really important things because that ignition cover is brittle, Adam said. He's like, we need one. And dude, the guys at Boysen are awesome. So
That's sweet.
thank you guys for coming on board. Pretty pumped on that build. And I'm going to throw 2 sneak peek pictures in there if you guys are watching this that you can check out where Adam is with it. Adam is such a cool fabricator.
Yeah.
Dude,
It's
he's killing it
incredible.
with
Dude,
that
his
thing.
work looks amazing. Like it is so clean and precise. Everything he's doing is really, really nice.
He took the stock 2-stroke radiators today, modified them, and he has the cooling done too.
Really?
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
He like cut the tabs off and welded them shut and like put them on where you want them.
Really?
Yeah. Like, geez and rice. He's like, can I modify these? I'm like, yeah, what choice do you have? Like, no, don't touch
The
it.
nipples for the silicone hoses that he made are their billet,
Really?
one-piece billet nipples that he TIG welded on. So
yeah.
it's really clean. Wait till you see it. It's nice.
That's awesome.
So I'll sneak a couple pictures in here now of that. Pretty pumped on that. Then what'd you guys do for the Eclipse? Anything good?
We were working up until 5 minutes before it, and then ran outside and looked at it.
Ran back inside.
Back to work.
That's right.
Doing a bunch of shooting. We had the day off work because they didn't want us out about while that was going on. So grabbed the 22 and I was sighting it in.
Nice. It got really, really dark right here at the
It was
shop.
pretty crazy.
It was definitely dark.
The cloudy overcastness here really helped that. So.
Dude, we did get lucky where we were at. There was like a little break in the clouds, and it was like perfect for just a couple minutes. So that was cool.
We saw before nothing, and then after it's like, oh, the
Yeah.
clouds, just the way they worked out.
At one point, you could see like the little red splotches coming off of it, like the solar flares or whatever. It was pretty crazy.
Through your safety glasses, of course.
Yeah. the one time I was looking straight up at it with those, and I took them off, still looking at it, and I was like, "Dang it, can't do that."
Yeah. I had brought my welding mask, and my wife at first made fun of me. She's like, "You don't need that thing. We have the glasses." But ended up being good because it's adjustable. You can adjust how dark it was.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
yeah.
so
With the clouds, you could turn it back.
yeah, when it was partially covered by the clouds, I'd turn it back, and you can actually see it where you couldn't see it through the glasses at all. So
Nice.
ended up working out really well.
Yeah, it was a cool event. I mean, whatever. I mean, it happened, so we were going to talk about it, but it got dark.
Won't happen again for 100 years around here.
Dang.
So once in a
I'm
lifetime.
not seeing that one.
Nope.
So, big news tomorrow, pit bike racing.
Heck yeah.
You guys all going?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody on board?
Yep.
Yep.
Cool.
And Drew. We're gonna have.
Drew's
the whole,
going?
Yeah, Drew's going. We're gonna have the whole
Should've-
squad up
Should have
there.
come here. Has he got a pit bike to ride?
Yeah, he does. He's got that
Oh, man.
YCF 110 that I bought before. He's got
From
that.
you. He's got,
Okay.
Yep.
Abby's doing
Yeah,
your-
yeah, kind of.
Oh,
I
that's
raced
right,
it
the
at
white
Ram
one.
Jam that 2 times, and then gave it to Jordy for a while, and then Jordy gave it back to me, and then I traded it to Drew for a
Did
bit.
you snap the frame on that one?
Yeah, but then they sent me a new one, and I gusseted the new one before I put it on, so it's good.
So at Ram Jam, I think you snapped the frame and still finished it.
Yeah, and still won.
Good job.
if there was one more lap, the bike would have been in 2 pieces
Oh,
because
yeah.
it was like
Dude, the last 2 laps, like the bars were getting farther and farther into my lap. The last couple, I was like the handlebars in my freaking stomach.
It snapped right at the steering tube, right?
Yeah, and it was like
Gets
bending,
longer?
bending
Oh,
the whole
gosh.
thing. Yeah, it was like a chopper at the end.
That's incredible. That could have been really bad if it went bad.
Definitely could have, especially because I was doing the one double that was like, I mean, probably 35 feet, which on a
Of
110
course.
is pretty big.
Yeah. On a
That's
stock
probably-
110,
yeah.
that's meant for kids for sure.
That's right,
Cheaper end of kid stuff.
Yeah.
for sure.
But the pro class up there tomorrow is $1,000 payout.
Oh yeah, $1,000 first
What
place.
what class you guys going in?
Not that class.
Going in stock limited because
Bike's
that's
not
what
fast enough.
all of our bikes are built for.
That's true. So some of those bikes get pretty big. I thought
Yeah,
I saw.
they're like
yeah.
212s.
What in the world?
some of those guys have like $25,000 plus like 212.
No joke.
Yeah, and not just 1 or 2. There's like the top 5 guys in the pro class are all gonna have like $20,000 bikes. So
That is not even a pit bike. to
The,
me.
Yeah.
the TCB 212, it has a Daytona 212 motor in it. Base price is like $12,000, and then
Oh,
they
they
do
make these
even
things?
more to them. Yeah,
Whoa.
it's like a French brand or something. They
Yeah.
make crazy bikes.
Braxton's
That
gonna be
e-bike.
on his stock bike.
so I'll probably be racing the same class as him. I'm in bone stock, and I'll be riding the vet class. I think also.
So watch out for him. I'm gonna send him up
Get
with
some
Adam.
good battles going.
Well, yeah, that'd be awesome.
No, you're gonna be laughing at him, but just watch out for him.
Yeah, I'll keep an eye on him.
He's gonna go up with Adam. I'm gonna put a tire on his bike tonight because it's still a stock 110 tire.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, it'd be cool. Hopefully you guys have a good event. I'll give you guys some GoPros.
Heck yeah,
For
yeah,
sure.
and do some filming.
There's a plus 30 class there too, Mark. I saw.
Yeah. I'll
You
probably
got-
be in it.
Crush that thing.
I don't know.
It still pays out too. Like all of the classes
Yeah,
pay
we're-
money
yeah,
back,
I
first,
saw
second,
that.
and third.
All the way down to the beginner class. You get
Yeah.
$100 if you win the beginner class.
Yeah.
So
You get Braxton in there. Be sick.
Braxton should for sure
Yeah.
go in the beginner class.
we'll get him in the beginner and bone stock. Let him run 2.
Then there's a youth class too.
Oh, he should run all 3 then. How much money you got?
Be $90 sign up, but he'd
Wait,
get to
is
do a
it
lot.
per? How much is it per class?
Yeah,
30 bucks.
Oh, whatever.
He'd get to do a lot of riding though.
Yeah.
And maybe end up with some cash
Yeah.
Yeah.
if you got
sneaker.
third in beginner,
Yeah, maybe. We'll see what he can do.
for sure.
And then I did a reel on an oil change yesterday.
Dude, that video is
Very funny.
It's kind of going off. It's got like 50,000 views now.
nice.
I made a dumb comment on it, and I got 100 likes on my comment.
Good
So I
job.
thought that was cool.
I'll have to read
That
that.
is awesome.
Yep.
I did read the comments where people were like, "Wow, you are way overcharging the customer," and I'm like, "Oh God." I actually think these things are real.
Mm-hmm.
Can't believe how many people actually. There's like 6 comments on there that are like, "What a waste of time and money." And I'm like, That's not why the motor's on. I'm sure. I should have picked the motor up in the video and shook it and been like, you really need to shake these. But reels, you only get 20 seconds and whatever. And
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
if you still have the motor, make another one.
Yeah, there you
oh,
go.
it's in a box.
So.
It's on its way to California.
Eh.
That one's long gone as of this morning. So, yeah, I thought that reel was funny if you want to check it out. And then check out the comments. They're kind of comical. People just don't get it, I guess. Oh, and YouTube is at 4,959,000 views.
That is crazy.
So hopefully
On
by
your
the next,
channel?
yeah.
Holy smokes.
So I'm hoping to hit 5 million by the time we do the next podcast.
Dude,
That's
that's
awesome.
crazy.
Pretty wild. Which brings me to, we now have an Amazon store,
Oh, yeah.
affiliate
That's right.
store. It's kind of confusing how it works. So it's not our products, we're not selling it, but we're just stuff that we're recommending. So reason why I did it is the internet's not going away, you can't beat it, that's fine. The deal is you call me to place orders for oil, and it's really hard for me to ship oil out of here because I got to charge you shipping on all of that. If I'm going to put the affiliate link in this video. If you go to that little store I built, you can check out some oils and stuff in there. I've been working on it every night, trying to get it built up with some inventory. So you're not buying it from me, but we get like 3%, and maybe that'll help get us to a dirt bike race. So you can feel good about buying your oil on Amazon, I hope. So I've never actually bought anything off Amazon. Wife has, but I've never used it.
I use it all the time.
There's a ton of stuff on there.
Dude.
Like
There's
I
a
was
lot
like
of-
Googling like Braxton's water pack. They have those. It was like the motorcycle lift. I just got. They have those. I'm like, what in the world?
They got tires.
Yeah,
everything.
Maxxis tires. I saw.
Yeah, all kinds of stuff.
So our store's gonna have a ton of stuff in it, like recommended stuff that we truly do use.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I'm going with it. So we're getting there. So kind of cool. And then I was gonna ride a 2024 350 RR.
Yeah.
I rode it Tuesday. Sold it Wednesday morning.
You have a knack for that. Every time you ride a bike or
Yeah.
crash a bike, it seems like it's sold like the next day.
It
Yeah.
is. I wasn't
When I
even
go
trying
to sell
this
my
one.
bike, I should let you crash it.
It helps. It really does help. Some backstory on that. Back in like 2013, very first beta two-stroke in the country, I had it.
Yep.
We did like 4 or 5 GNCCs on it, and I cartwheeled it somewhere in South Carolina, I think.
Yeah,
I don't know
right
what
on
round
the
it was.
start.
It was on
think it
the
was
start of Big Buck.
Big Buck,
Yeah.
Was it?
Absolutely yard sailed the thing down the second straight.
They had these stupid like drainage ditches at like a 45, and I caught it. And next thing I actually remember some of it. I was like off the side of the bike with it wide open, but I wasn't on it. And then Ryan's GoPro back then, they were old GoPros, like the original GoPro.
Oh, yeah.
Like you could barely tell, but you see like a wheel and then a fender and then a wheel, and then the bike's like blows through the nice GNCC banner and it ends up like over.
Yeah, sounds right.
So that whole story leads to this guy came into our dealership and bought it because he saw that video on our YouTube channel.
I think the famous line he said was, "I want this bike because it's proven."
Yeah.
That's right.
So-
I was like, dude, this thing's tweaked a little. And he's like, I'm totally happy with it. It's David Book, I'll never forget. You are awesome. So, how do I remember that one customer? I don't know. But
Still talk about it to this day.
we do, because that's weird how that happened. So I'm going to ride a 23 350 because I have a bunch of them. I bought a lot of them.
Sweet.
They're a really good deal. If you guys want one, call me. I was going to ride a 24 for content purposes, not because I needed one. So I'm going to build a 23 now.
Nice.
That's good.
Whatever. And then, we just picked up a 2018 Beta 125RR. Put a little picture in here for you now. A lot of backstory on this bike. Holy smokes. So you saw it walking in, I think, in the
Oh
back.
yeah, I spotted it. So it's my bike that I bought back in 2018, which when I got it, it was already a demo bike for a couple months before that. So it had like 90 miles or something on it of a bunch of random people hammering on it. And then I raced 200A on it first season, ended up blowing it up at a super muddy race. My airbox filled with muddy water and it sucked all that in, blew a hole through the head. But then Beta actually sent us all of the parts for it for free, rebuilt the whole thing
Yeah.
top to bottom. And then I ran the rest of that season and the whole next season in 200A, won the championship on it, and then sold it. And now here it is, still on that same motor,
Yeah.
same crap. Look, there's still pink paint on it
Yeah.
from when I painted it completely pink for the breast cancer last round.
Is that why there's pink all over?
Yeah.
And same moose bib and tire that was on it when you
I think
sold
it's
it.
the same bib and tire from when I sold it
as flat as
because
could possibly
it
be.
is so flat.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Six
So
years ago.
That was a long time.
it's locked up, right? Like, yeah, it's not locked up, but it's not healthy.
It sounds bad.
I'll put a little video in there right now. Hey guys, I just bought this bike off Marketplace. Can you tell me if I got a good deal or not? How did I do? Started one time just for a reel. Guy dropped it off for me to fix it. So you had it, and then like 4 people have owned it really quick since then. And the last one brought it in, and I ended up with it. But he's like, I don't know what's wrong with it, because it wouldn't turn over when he had it, but it must have cooled down.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I started out back, and I shut off immediately, and I walked inside. I'm like, dude,
Needs a crank.
poor thing needs all of it.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
we're gonna rebuild it for Braxton's cousin.
Nice.
So take our time. He's got a KX 100 now. We'll get him a 125.
Heck yeah, that's perfect.
So didn't Drew's bike also blow up at that same mud race?
Yeah, so me and Drew were both there. I was on the 125. He was on a 300.
That's right.
I was in 200A. He was in Open A. We were both leading our classes when that happened, and then we both sucked water in because it was the muddiest race ever. Like, rained all day Saturday, all night, and then poured rain while we were sitting on the starting line. Poured rain the whole time we were racing. Like, there was slop this deep in like the field sections, and then the woods was just a disaster.
Weren't you guys like 1 mile from the finish in the last lap
I mean,
as well?
it happened to me like right before the finish. It would have been one more lap, but he actually got through the finish just because he was like coasting. It was like downhill through the finish, and then he would have had one more lap right
Coasting.
there. So like, literally one lap short, and both of our bikes blew up like that. But it was just so muddy. So many people broke down at that race. It was crazy.
Shout out to Beta for hooking us up again.
Yeah.
We should count how many motors
They've
like
given us a
donated.
lot.
Yeah.
I always wonder sometimes, but then I'm like, yeah, they do take care of us
For sure.
quite often. Because Mark got a motor this year.
Just gave me
Yeah.
a brand new one.
Danny's
That thing
got
was ripping,
one.
too.
Yeah.
I got a
Actually,
motor
like-
for my 350. I guess not the motor, but they sent all the parts to fix it. That 2014 350 I had.
You
Or 300.
overheated that thing all the time.
Dude, I can't tell you how many races I finished with either cooler water or the Gatorade out of my Camelback radiator. Like, well, that's why I ended up switching to 2-strokes, was because how many times I overheated my bike, because it was just every single race we went to was a mud fest. And every single race I steamed all the coolant out of my bike, and then I was just jamming whatever I had in there, and I'm not even kidding. I think 2 separate times there were people that had beer coolers on the side of the track. I was like, yo, let me get the melted ice out of your freaking cooler put in my bike so I could finish the race. And I did, and I never had any issues. It never blew up. And I finished a couple of them, and I'd pull the hose off the bottom of the radiator when I get back to the house, cleaning stuff up, and it'd be like 2 cups of fluid came out, and that was it.
They were bulletproof for
Yeah.
as bad as they cooled. So they got better in 15 when they went to fuel injection, by the way.
Yeah, they did.
12, 13, 14, cooling was marginal. Got way better, though. Like night and day better. So don't worry. You're all right now. How did Cornhole end up?
Not good at all.
No, the night when everything mattered, we absolutely blew it.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I don't even know what place we ended up, like 8th, I think.
Yeah, not very good.
So, yeah, it was a bad deal. We can move on. Next subject.
Okay, bike of the day. Can't thank Lee enough from Rochester. He did this BYOB with us. We are looking at 16 plus K right there.
Man.
We did everything. Beta hooked us up. So BYOB, build your own beta. You can go on their website, build the bike. Ships to us fully built. Full suspension, pegs, every billet, cool thing we could add to it.
This thing is kitted.
Dude, the foot pegs and everything. Just,
Dude,
and
every
it
single
has
bolt is
Dude,
red.
I'm saying.
You
The
see
gas
that?
cap?
That's crazy.
Yeah. There's a lot of good stuff on this.
There is. So shout out to Lee. Thank you. I will see you next week. Your bike is here, safe and sound. Already remapped it. Runs great, dude. We'll see you soon. All right, let's talk about Supercross. That's kind of the whole point we started these. But whatever.
Well, wild tangent. Now 2 minutes of Supercross talk.
Yeah, I know. Zoom through this. So Supercross round number 14 already. We keep saying that, but it just seems like it's flying by.
It really does.
Yeah.
We are, it's called Lincoln Financial Field is where they're headed. Believe that's New Jersey.
No, they're in Nashville.
Nashville, Tennessee.
Nashville,
Cowboy
Tennessee.
country.
See, I'm reading notes from okay, we'll get there. Okay, so Nashville, Tennessee. It's a 250 SX East round.
Yep.
Deegan did pretty good. Do you guys watch the race?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't
Yeah,
miss it.
Deegan whole shotted and won. He's good.
And dude, that whole main event, which we'll get to right now. Dude, that was awesome. That main event for the 450s.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
It was sweet.
dude, that was very entertaining.
It was.
Yeah.
I loved
the whole
it.
thing.
Dude, Jet ended up in 5th, battling with Anderson right towards the end there. All the comments on Instagram were hilarious because they were like, Anderson pulled 2.5 seconds out of nowhere just to stick it to Jet. Because literally those last 2 laps he was hammering down just to keep him behind him. It was awesome.
He
That last
couldn't
second
run.
corner.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Couldn't run race pace until the last 2 laps.
Kawasaki is going, what's going on, buddy?
It was awesome.
Where'd that come from all of a sudden? But yeah, dude, Jet, like, I thought he got passed, and he was not letting off.
No, there was
That
no
last
chance.
corner, he just
Yeah.
went for it.
Oh yeah.
If Jet moved over to pinch Anderson, Anderson was gonna take both of them out.
Oh
for
yeah.
sure.
100%. He was not letting off.
It would have been interesting if that was Barsha on the inside of that. What would have really happened? Because, like, Barsha's not letting off, and neither is he.
Yeah,
For
they would
sure.
have both been on the ground also, and so would have people been the next lane over. They got blasted.
So it's a 7 p.m. start this week, which is cool for us East Coast guys.
Like
Open
that.
stadium.
Ooh,
The rest of them are actually all open stadiums
nice.
Really?
for the here on out.
Could be muddy then, huh?
It could be 68 degrees and a slight chance of rain, so it's not horrible. So I don't know if weather's gonna. So if you guys are making picks, weather is probably not a factor. Last year for round number 14. Round number 14 last year, it was in New Jersey. That's what I was trying to
Oh yeah.
Okay.
understand. And who won last year? Do you guys know? Surprise name. And I don't know if it's actually true.
I'm gonna guess. I think I know this. It was Anderson because he won like the last 4 rounds or something last year, right?
No,
Nope.
last year
No.
it was probably. Yeah, I don't even know. It was either Sexton or Tomac or Roxon, maybe.
No, Barsha.
Really?
No.
I didn't think Barsha won last year.
Really?
Really?
I didn't.
That
Apparently,
late in the season?
That's
too?
what I'm saying. That's what I don't know. If any of
Yeah,
this is
usually
accurate.
wins the first one, and that's it.
So I might be wrong, but I'm assuming. I looked on Racer X, went to the archives, and last year, round number 14, Barsha won it, and then Tomac and Roskin. So
Wait,
Barsha, Tomac.
Nashville last year was the absolute swamp bog. That's right. Barsha won by like 15 seconds. That was where they delayed it all the way till it didn't even start till like.
Well, it was in New
late as
Jersey.
heck. Or
round
yeah,
number 14
yeah,
round.
New Jersey.
The
but
open
yeah.
stadium.
Yeah, it was a complete swamp.
Yeah,
It rained like on the starting line, and they were like splashing through water.
New York Rider right there.
Yeah.
Bringing home in the mud.
That's right. I remember that now.
And then last weekend, we all kind of watched it, but Cooper Webb, Chase Sexton, and Kenny Roskin.
Yeah.
I think if Chase would have gotten around Cooper, he would have definitely checked out.
Yeah.
I think he was faster.
He was definitely ripping pretty good.
Yep.
He made up a lot of time towards the end there.
Yeah, I did.
I don't remember talking about Kenny at all. I think Kenny was just kind of in no man's land on third.
Yeah.
So it was like the 2 out front, and then they always watched Jet wherever he is.
Yeah.
He had a really good battle with Sexton before Sexton got by him. Like they were.
Kenny did?
That's right.
Yeah, Kenny and Sexton were battling really well.
They're both riding really good.
Yeah, had some hot lines there.
And then Aaron Plessinger is out for the season,
Yeah, that sucks.
which I didn't know. And I didn't have him in my picks because I haven't made picks in like 6 weeks. They just kind of keep rolling over. But thankfully he wasn't in mine. But he's out for season by the sounds of it.
Yeah, it's
Kind of
tough.
sucks. He was riding really good.
Yeah, I know. And he's a great guy. I love him.
Yeah. When we were at Detroit, he had by far the biggest fan section.
Oh yeah.
I think that's probably true wherever he goes.
Yeah, everybody loves him. Dude, Nashville would have gone nuts for him.
Dude, with a couple of halves too.
Yeah.
He just needs to go ride warm-ups.
For sure.
Like top 10 in points usually get to come out and do like a little parade lap or something.
Maybe he will. That would be sweet.
Yeah, he probably should show up just for his fan base.
Yeah.
They would love it. And then, so our leaderboard in Rocky Mountain Fantasy SX, we have Huckabuck is winning. He's like
Nice.
9,000th overall or
That's
something.
pretty good.
Or 900th.
900? That's really
there.
good.
Yeah, 913th overall.
Man.
So good job to you, bud. Don't know who you are, but thanks for playing along. We have 103 people in our group, so he's crushing it.
Quite a bit.
I am in 24th, and I haven't made a pick in 6 weeks. Just kind of keep
dang
rolling
good.
them over. I actually tried to remember my password to even log in today. It took an hour because I had to like go to my email, and I don't use that email, so I had to find that password. It was a process today to get into this system. I almost gave up, and I was like, you know what? The rest of the season, I'm going to
Just let it auto pick.
I'm in 24th, Mark's 29th, Rage Rod, you, Jared,
Yep.
73rd, and Little Dan's in 85th.
Oof.
I'm
You're
sorry,
bringing
man.
up the back.
Don't know what's going on.
I keep getting just screwed. I pick pretty much all the same people, just in a different order,
Yep.
and it just never ends up working out quite right.
Not working out this year. Okay, round number 14, Mark. Who are you picking? Go ahead. Are you
Picking-
still doing it?
I'm still doing it.
Jared, what do you got?
I got Jet Lawrence in first because it's going to be dry. Cooper Webb in second. I think those two are going to just be going at it this week. Eli Tomac in third. Been riding good. Chase Sexton in fourth. Ken Roxon in fifth. Figured safe pick. And I put Colt Nichols in 13th just because we're those beta boys and figure that's a good spot for him. He's been right around the like 15 to 12th range most of the rounds anyway, so could happen.
I think so. That's a good wild card. Little Dan, you got yours picked yet?
I'm picking them as we're speaking.
All right, I'll go then. Cooper Webb, I think it's going to be softer because it's an outdoor style, like maybe not outdoor, but it's outdoor stadium.
Yeah.
I think Cooper wants it right now. I think it starts on point. I think Jet's going to get second. Chase is third. Tomac is fourth. Kenny Roskin's fifth. And I'm going Benny Bloss in 13th. Hopefully he's higher than that, but he's been like the beta guy this year, let's be honest. Like I don't know how much Colt Nichols.
Yeah.
He hasn't impressed me.
Yeah, he was injured
Yeah.
for like more than half the season. So
Coming back.
But yeah, Benny has definitely been doing really well.
I
He's
don't-
been really consistent. Like,
I don't follow Colt Nichols online.
and Benny Bloss won the last chance qualifier last weekend. That was actually pretty
That's
sweet.
true. That was cool to say.
How did I not remember that?
He must have been going for
Sleeping.
some more Skittles. And M&Ms.
Dang. Yeah, no more
Yeah.
Skittles and
So,
M&Ms mixed together.
That was the first time that Beta ever won an LCQ. So I'm sure there's stats on it, but I thought that was pretty cool.
All right, Dean, you got yours picked yet?
Yep.
What do you got?
I'm putting Sexton for the win because
Okay.
hopefully he'll do good. And then Webb for second. Going to put Lawrence in third. Tomac fourth. Roxon fifth. And then Hunter Lawrence for the wild card.
Hunter Lawrence. That's too low. Maybe not.
13th? I mean, that's...
Can he
about
get a
right.
podium one of these days?
He's getting up
I
there.
mean, maybe. Seems like he always gets bad starts, though.
Okay. All right, Mark, what do you got?
I picked Lawrence for first, Webb for second, Sexton third, Tomac fourth, Roxon fifth, and then I picked Malcolm Stewart for 13th.
Okay. I think we all agree on like fourth and fifth is Tomac and Kenny. I
Yeah.
think it's similar. You're all
Probably
close,
gonna be
but
Tomac first, and then
Well, it's gonna be Ken Roxon first,
Maybe.
most likely.
Could be.
Jet in 13th. And then
That's literally how it goes. He'll crash in the first turn, and then it'll be all screwed up.
Whatever
I'll make
Danny
my
just
picks
picked.
after the start.
They show you the first turn stopped, and you have 1 minute to make your
Yeah,
pick.
that's like
That's how it should go.
yeah.
That's exactly how it should go. I just got to pause them somehow. All right, we're going to end this with what's next for us. So this weekend is pit bike racing. We'll give you guys a report on that. Probably going to skip next Friday because you guys are headed to a hard enduro.
Yep.
In what state?
Taylorsville, North Carolina. We're going to Battle of the Goats. It's the first East Coast hard enduro round, and I believe it's also a premier round as well. So like,
What?
there'll be all the big names are going to be there. So
Wait, is this like premier East Coast, West Coast, or is it premier like world guys?
no, so
Okay.
it's premier East Coast, West Coast.
Okay.
They split it up into like West Coast and East Coast, but
Yep.
then 8 of those are the premier rounds. So like both of the pros that are running East and West will be at that one. So it's gonna
Be together?
Yeah, be together. So it's be a pretty good round.
Dang, heck yeah.
Been watching a lot of YouTube videos on this course, studying up. Looks like it's gonna be fun. So
We're going to send some GoPros with you guys. I won't be with you because I am going to do the D4 Sprint Enduro with Braxton.
Nice.
Never been to one, and I'm excited to try it because from what I understand, like there's like just sections. You go out, do a section, come back, and you can hang out. And I'm going to chase him because he's 12. He can do the kids class in the morning. I'm going to put his small wheels on his bike. And then we're going to swap to big wheels, and he's going to do the adult race with me.
that's awesome. And then you guys can literally start like 30 seconds.
I've
apart.
heard. Well, no, I think even same row. I don't know. They said
yeah,
they
that's
send
right.
4 off at a time, and it's like not. It's not like you're thinking like the enduros where it's like one long course
Yeah.
where you're on a row.
Gotcha.
This is like sprint enduro where everybody's just in a field, and you have to do these 4 sections by the end of the day.
Okay.
So you just go blitz it, stop, blitz it, stop, blitz
Yeah.
it, stop. So
That's
like
cool.
I'm pretty pumped to maybe just chase Braxton the whole time.
That would be
That'd
awesome.
be sweet.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm headed. We're gonna try it. I will give you a full report if I'm completely wrong. Everybody comes in like, yeah, try one. I'm like, I'm gonna try one. This is the year.
Yeah.
So, all
Nice.
right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Enjoy the ride, and we'll see you on the trip. Telling me that Brian was lost on the pedal bike.
Yeah.
Yep. At Long Point.
That is so classic. How did he get lost? Just curious.
He zigged when we zagged.
Yep.
That's what he said.
He zigged and he zagged. Oh gosh, those
I
are
don't
the
think we really
tracks.
zagged though. We went.
No, we
straight.
went
Yep.
straight. He went hard right. That's what actually happened.
That is Ryan to a T.